to have a list of cities where I want to go. I just don't know what I'm going to do there in those cities. I need to figure that out. Tokyo, I'll probably be there, I'm going to say at least 5 weeks. So, again, the trip is a 2-week long trip. There's a lot of things that one can probably do in Tokyo. So, in fact, 1 week in Tokyo is probably not enough to see all of Tokyo. I'm sure there's temples, other sightseeing places, different clubs, shops, restaurants. I bet there's a ton of good restaurants in Tokyo. There's just so many sightseeing things that I probably can't fit all I want to do in just one city in the span of 4 days. What my traveling partner doesn't realize, though, she's been looking at Japan, what a normal tourist would look for in any vacation. You know, do they have nice beaches? What kind of foods are most known? For example, I guess Japan is most known for sushi, although there's a lot more to Japan than just sushi, and even Japanese people don't eat sushi every day. But she's been looking at pictures of beaches, resort type of pictures, really nice looking temples that are in a rural landscape with very, very nice, don't get me wrong, really nice viewscapes of just different surreal images. But what I have in my mind about Japan is completely different. A little background though. The reason why I wanted to go to Japan, I'm not gonna lie, I've always been into anime since I was a kid. Growing up in the 80s, the cartoons that were on TV, Voltron, Transformers, and other Japanese cartoons that were brought over here to the States, and then Americanized for some of them. Kind of like Macross, which in the United States everyone knows as Robotech. But besides getting into all that nerdy Japanese cartoon crap, after watching all those cartoons as a kid, and then as an adult, looking up the background of those cartoons and also getting interested in other Japanese cartoons. And yes, Eric, I know I'm saying cartoons. It's the only way I can relate anime to people who don't know what anime is. Even though I still say anime is not a cartoon. But that's a whole different video I could probably get into in a whole different discussion. So again, as an adult, looking up the history of the different cartoons, where they come from, the culture that brought forth these cartoons, I started getting interested in Japan as a, for lack of a better term, as a cultural anthropological interest. Seeing TV shows like Anthony Bourdain and I forget what the other one was called, Bizarre Foods with Andrew something? Yeah. Anyways, food and travel channels, travel shows. They were always interesting, all the different countries they visited to, but whenever they came to the topic of Japan, and I saw footage from there, it reignited my interest that I had with Japan in the past. I've always loved the food. Being in San Francisco, I did get to try some authentic Japanese cuisine that wasn't fancy schmancy sushi or anything like that. I've actually had home-cooked Japanese food in restaurants that I've tried in San Francisco. And that was another place that reignited my interest in Asian cultures, because San Francisco had so many Asian influences in different parts of the neighborhoods that San Francisco has, such as Chinatown. They actually do have a Japantown. So all this had been culminated and boiling inside me that I've always wanted to go. My family has always been a family of travelers. We've been to Europe. In fact, we took a, I think it was about 2 to 3 week bus tour of all of France. And that was great. I'm glad that our family got to have all those experiences. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be so well versed in my experiences of travel. But my family as a whole has never been really interested in any Asian culture, so I would not have the opportunity to travel with my family to go see Asian countries like Japan. Going back to what I was talking about, now in my adult life, I'm able to travel to Japan. I have enough funds to be able to do so. And I might as well try to do it now before I miss my opportunity to be able to do so again. And the reason why I wanted it to be a 2-week long trip is because I wanted to dedicate as much time as I could to a country I never knew if I was going to be able to come back and visit again. So to tie all the points that I had mentioned earlier, I've been interested in Japan from the side of the influence I've had from anime, the Japanese cartoons, and the different cultures that even anime has in of itself. And that's what I want to go see in Tokyo. And that's probably what my partner in traveling will not be expecting. Things such as the maid cafes.
The good taste.
でグッドテイストになりますから、ぜひ一緒にやってください。
Together.
せーの、美味しくなれ。
The anime districts, where they sell nothing but anime merchandise and other crazy Japanese stuff. Weird things that Japan is known for. Such as their commercials, their products, their advertisements, and then all the other weird stuff Japan is associated with. So we have completely different interests in why we would want to go, but I'm glad I'll have someone to go with. Going by myself, I think I would have been able to enjoy it. It would have been fun. But going with someone else is definitely going to bring a different perspective to things. That and having a possible tour guide due to connections that she has that is already in Japan, I think that will be a good thing. But there's a lot of weird things again that Japan has to offer. JList.com or JBox.com, I believe. They're both the same site, one of them is not for kids. But there's a lot of products that you can buy there that are things that usually you would find in Japan. Of course, not everywhere, but in the weird places in Japan that I want to go visit. And you'll be able to find products like these. Like the vibrating sushi